What's going on, YouTubers? It's the Natural Born Driller, and welcome everyone to All Elite Wrestling Reviews, where I give you two results, one for AEW Dark and the other one for AEW Dynamite. Now, we're to me doing this review. As you can see, I'm a little bit in the dark right now, because I'm about to go to bed. But before I do, I did some recording where it pertains to me giving you results of Dark and Dynamite, where it pertains to all this build up for AEW Revolution this coming Sunday on March 7th, 2021, live on pay-per-view. So, basically this will be the intro of me saying what I gotta say, and you'll see the other part of my outro of it for this review itself. So, let's not waste any time. Let's get right into the results for AEW Dark and Dynamite. So let's kick things off with AEW Dark from March 2nd, 2021 in Jacksonville, Florida, in Dave's Place. Your commentators were Excalibur, Taz, Anthony Ogogo as well was on commentary. And let's get right into it. I'll get to the Tomorrow Wrestling momentarily. But let's jump right into the first match, which was Lee Johnson and Aerosmith. No. Aaron Solo, excuse me. That's a botch. But yeah, Lee Johnson and Aaron Solo being accompanied by Arn Anderson. They go up against Louis Valley and Chris Peaks. And this match itself was pretty decent with Lee Johnson and Aaron Solo getting the win. So yeah, Arn Anderson is coaching these guys, especially Lee Johnson, and now Aaron Solo is being coached by Arn Anderson, which I'm assuming now he's part of the Nightmare family. And yeah, I like this tag team that they're building up here with Lee Johnson and Aaron Solo, and hopefully that will mean something too. It just depends. So, Red Velvet and Kylan King versus Iblis and Diamante, and the match itself was pretty decent here. Obviously, this was focusing more on Red Velvet than Kylan King in this match, because Red Velvet is going to win in a tag team match with Cody Rhodes against Shaquille O'Neal and Jay Cargill, which we'll get to that when we get to that portion of AEW Dynamite, the Crossroads. And Red Velvet showed a lot in this match, and obviously when it takes to Diamante and Iblis going in this match, I'm saying to myself, they're not gonna win. So I was right, because it was all to pull over Red Velvet, and Red Velvet got the win. And and also can't forget about Kylan King as well. So Red Velvet and Kylan King won the match. So there you go. And Red Velvet is ready to take on that challenge, the big challenge of Jay Cargill. In the tag team match though. Top Flight. Dante and Darius Martin, excuse me. They take on the team of Fuego del Sol and John Cruz. And the match itself, it was decent. Top Flight getting better and showing more improvements. Obviously in the end, Top Flight got the win here. And Fuego del Sol, who's supposed to be the master of the Tornado DT, never hits the Tornado DT as usual. So we get to the Gun Club. Austin, Colton, and Billy Gunn taking on the team of Tony Vega, Aaron Fry, and Angel Fashion. And it was a 6-man tag team match, and a decent tag team match, a decent 6-man tag team match, I should say, with the Gun Club going over. And Billy Gunn was having fun with RB Edwards. RB Edwards is always refereeing for these for the Gun Club. I know she's gotta be annoying when she got to be assigned with them, because Billy Gunn is always in a way harassing her. But in a fun way though, a loving way. But I guess they had a lot of fun with RB Edwards, and maybe RB Edwards in the inside feels like she's having a lot of fun too. Abaddon takes on Renee Michelle. Now I was worried about Renee Michelle that she wasn't gonna be able to, you know, you know, be botch free in this match. And she was botch free in this match, which I was impressed. And also she was selling fear, to Abaddon because who doesn't sell fear to Abaddon because of how she looks and everything. So basically, all to showcase Abaddon, but Renee Michelle she did pretty good selling, and not screwing up in the match. Like, so to me this is the first that I never see her mess up a match before. So and that was it. Obviously Abaddon won. So Stu Grayson of the Dark Order takes on J.D. Drake. So yes, J.D. Drake comes back. This time he goes up against Stu Grayson. This was a good match. And obviously in the end it was Stu Grayson getting the win over on J.D. Drake. And again, I like this guy. He's old school. He's Smash Mouth. I don't know how old he is. In fact, let me check right now to see how old he is. He look like he's like in his mid-30s. Doesn't say his birthday. That's weird. Whatever. I'll check it out later. I'll check it out some other time. But yeah. Don't know how old he is, but he's still good. Yeah, obviously he's round, that, but he still moves pretty good, like kind of like a Trevor Murdoch. So there you go. But yeah, Stu Grayson of the Dark Order got the win. Bear Country, excuse me. Bear Boulder and Bear Bronson taking on Mamadu and Baron Black. And the match itself was pretty decent. Obviously, it's all to showcase Bear Country as they got the win. All of a sudden, after the match, the Butcher and the Blade and the Bunny, cannot forget about her. They came out and they basically destroyed Bear Country after this match. I'm like, okay, so this is gonna be the feud. Now obviously they're also gonna be part of the casino tag team battle royale for Revolution. And for a reason, Butcher and Blade went to Bear Country because you know how Bear Country is too, when it's just their size and how dominant they could be as a tag team. And Butcher and Blade feel like they're being threatened, that they think that they're the dominant tag team, and they want to show that they are a dominant tag team, the real dominant tag team, which obviously they're not, because they always lose. Remember when they first came in, they always all kept losing, and now all of a sudden they start winning matches. Obviously on Dark, but against local jobbers and whatever have you, that local enhancement talents. But either way, you get the picture. But yeah, I'm excited to see what this feud goes to. Obviously in Dark, that was gonna be on Dynamite, but it'll continue more on. By the way, so they have it on Dynamite with that whole thing. We'll get to that portion of it when we get to it. But yeah, there you go. That's nothing to say about that. So yeah, victory for Bear Country, but after the being they got after the match, don't look like they have a victory at all, because it was spoiled at the end of the day. Dark Order's Evil Uno, 5, and Colt Boom Boom Cabana. They take on Levi Shapiro, John Skyler, and Rising. A 6-man tag team match. And match itself, it was solid. Didn't really care much about the match itself. Maybe because of Rising. Right, Rising, he just irks me. So Dark Order won. So there you go. Max Caster being accompanied by Anthony Bowens taking on JJ Garrett. Now I think there was some music video that Max Caster did. I don't remember who it was referred to, or it was supposed to be a reference to. I think it was to 10. If I'm not mistaken, I believe it was to 10. It had to be to 10 because they're gonna have a match on Dynamite, which we'll get some portion of when we get to it, because that's gonna be that's gonna be concerning who's gonna be advancing into the ladder match for for Revolution. And yeah, we'll get to that later though. But yeah, Max Caster goes up against JJ Garrett. and he basically makes fun of his hair, the mullet he's got, and basically he's a ripoff of Brian Pillman Jr. So like that. I can't remember if that's how he said it. Basically, just burying JJ Garrett. And by the way, yeah, JJ Garrett, he's back. And the match itself between the two was pretty decent. And all of a sudden, Anthony Bowens was a distraction, so this caused JJ Garrett to lose, obviously. So Max Caster got the win with the flying elbow drop, which he calls it the mic drop. And there you go. The Hybrid 2, Anico and Jack Evans, they take on the Soldiers. That's what I call them by the Soldiers because they're from the military. But yeah, Sean Dean and Charlie Bravo, and matches it was solid for what it was. In the end, it was the Hybrid 2 winning because they're part of Matt Hardy's faction now. That's basically what we're calling it now, a faction, the Matt Hardy brand, because he's Big Money Matt and everything. He's all about build up his brand. So the Hybrid 2 won. No, actually, that was on Dynamite, meant to say. I'll get to that one portion when we get to it, though. Orange Cassidy takes on Stefson, maybe that's how I say his name. Orange Cassidy wins. Nothing to say about the match. Man, as Orange Cassidy has cooled down, doesn't that feel that way? That Orange Cassidy's momentum has cooled down ever since his feud with Jericho is over now. He doesn't feel like important anymore. Oh man, but maybe because there's not enough crowds there, obviously. But man, don't you feel the same way too? That Orange Cassidy has cooled down. Jeez. Chuck Taylor takes on VSK in the match. I thought it was solid for what it was, and Chuck Taylor wins. So there you go. 10 of the Dark Order, and you have -1 Brody Lee Jr. on commentary. He keep telling Excalibur to shut up and everything, and I loved it. He's just adorable, man. So, and again, it really sucks that his dad died. The late great Brody Lee. So yeah, 10 got the win, obviously, on Daniel Joseph. Oh yeah, I didn't get to mention his name. Daniel Joseph was his opponent. And yeah, 10-1. I'm about to say. Because 10 is going to be facing Max Caster, so you need some momentum being built up here for Dynamite. And we'll get to that portion of the match when we get to it. Then we get to the main event. SCU, Christopher Daniels and Frankie Kazarian versus the Seidel brothers, Matt and Mike. And the match was good. A very good tag team match out of both teams. In the end, it was SCU getting the win because, again, if FCU lose the next match between of Christopher Daniels and Frankie Kazarian, then they're done as a tag team. So, there you go. And that will conclude the Dark matches, AEW Dark, from March 2nd, 2021. And before we go, let me just say one thing before we go. The Tomar Wrestling. Excuse me, folks. Okay, before I was really interrupted, 14 matches were there, and my overall strength for the show, I'm gonna give it a 6.5 out of 10. So there you go, folks. That's it for your AEW Dark results for this All Elite Wrestling reviews. And now let's get to AEW Dynamite results. The show from March 3rd, 2021. This is the special event where it seems to this AEW show, which came out of nowhere during this week. But they calling it the AEW Dynamite, the Crossroads. Not to mention, this is the Go Home Show edition for AEW Revolution 2021, which is this Sunday on pay-per-view, March 7th, 2029. 2021, I meant to say. I'm trying to get us that time machine and travel into the future already, so we can get out of this pandemic. Just saying. But your commentators: Tony Schiavone, good old Jim Ross, and Excalibur. And obviously, there is place in Jacksonville, Florida. And here we go. Let's get to it. So the opening match, surprisingly, by the way, is the mixed tag team match. The match that that's been building up all this time. That originally was supposed to be on the pay-per-view for Revolution, but unfortunately can't do that because Shaquille O'Neal is going to be doing coverage for the NBA all Sunday. They're going to be doing on that Sunday, whatever. So this is the opening match, and I'm like, okay, I thought it was going to be the main event. This turns out this is not a main event at all. This is the opening match here, and I'm like, okay, well, I guess we'll get out of the way first. So it's the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, being accompanied by his coach Arn Anderson, and Red Velvet with a new outfit, by the way, which I love it. They go up against the team of Jay Cargill and Shaquille O'Neal. Now the match about the thing about this match is that Shaquille O'Neal is gonna be a botch fest, and was he gonna be terrible in this match? Didn't turn out that way at all. And as far as Jay Cargill, was she gonna be a stinker? Was she gonna be, green as hell? Well, there was some green there, but she handled herself in the ring too very well. So they have this match. Now this is a mixed tag team match, which means it's not an intergender match, which means Cody Rhodes cannot lay his hands on Jay Cargill. Shaquille O'Neal can't lay his hands on Red Velvet. It's just Cody Rhodes, and Shaquille O'Neal, two males going at each other. Red Velvet and Jay Cargill, two females going at each other. That's basically the rules of the match here. But yeah, Cody Rhodes and Shaq started first and everything, and not bad for Shaquille O'Neal, for doing going up against Cody Rhodes. Jay Cargill attacked herself into the match at one point, and then Red Velvet came into the match. And they started having at it. And Jay Cargill, she impressed me. Like, wow, for someone who had a little bit of training, not much training pertains to starting off in the wrestling business. She handled herself pretty well in this match. I'm like saying to myself, wow. I guess there was something that we don't know that Shaquille knows about that we didn't know, and something that he tried to tell Brandy Rose at one point that maybe you could learn something from Jay Cargill. Which, after seeing this, I'm like, yeah, I agree, Brandy Rose. You do need to learn a thing or two. You need to learn some tips from Jay Cargill, because guess what? Even with her starting off, in her first match, her first year in wrestling, she's way better than you. I rather watch Jay Cargill wrestle at this point now. She's an athlete either way because she plays basketball. But after this, I'm a big fan now of Jay Cargill. She was pretty good in this match. If anyone should be an AEW Women's Champion in the future, it's Jay Cargill, not Brandy Rose. In fact, Brandy Rose should not be wrestling anymore. Not because she decided to get knocked up. Just saying. And again, no one's going to be praising Brandy Rose to get back in the ring. I just don't see that. But yeah, this match, the match was fine for what it was. It was decent. I'll say that it was decent. But then also it became solid because Jay Cargill brought on the table. And I said to myself, what is this? And then Red Velvet did the same thing, and she brought a table. Like, okay, this is ridiculous. Like, why did the booking have to get involved here? Now, obviously, it was going to be. I was wondering who's going to go to the table, and surprisingly, I didn't think this person was going to a table. After I saw here, but there was a lot. But besides that shitty booking that they did there, that took a lot of time. Like seriously, I was getting annoyed with that. But I thought the match. I was enjoying the match until they started having that booking in the way there. It just makes no sense how they're doing this too. But the one who took the bump of the table, on two tables by the way, was Shaquille O'Neal of all people. What? So Cody Rhodes dive onto Shaquille O'Neal. He was on the apron, and
and then he puts him into a table, like wow. And then this basically it just now leads up to Jade Cargill and Ray Velvet to to finish the match here, and that's what happened. In the end, it was Jade Cargill. Of what I saw there, what she did there, is the Glam Slam, Shades of Beth Phoenix, of her finishing move, onto Red Velvet and got the win. And I noticed a pattern here. Rotates to anyone winning on AEW Dark, like Red Velvet just did. And then when she gets to the next show on Dynamite, the next night on Dynamite after her victory on Dark, all of a sudden she gets to Dynamite and she loses. It's a pattern there. I just keep seeing that a lot every time when I watch AEW Dark. This person wins the match, just to build a momentum to get to the next show, the next night of the show of Dynamite, and they lose on there. Happened with Ryan Nemeth, happened with Peter Avalon, happened with Brandon Cutler. I'm assuming what was him facing against Jake Hager. If I can recall. But yeah, I should get my point from there, folks. About that whole thing. It's some type of formula they keep doing with that whole thing. So, but nevertheless, the match was there you go. That was the match. That was the opening match. Now, like I said, the match to me was fine for what it was. The booking of the match, though, the way that the whole bringing the table out spot thing and everything, I didn't like that. But hey, Shaquille went to a table, and I like, wow, that was, and never I thought he'd take a table spot. I should point out too, by the way, Shaquille O'Neal did a power bomb, and they did Brody Lee's thing. So basically, he was paying tribute to the late great Brody Lee. So that's good. He did that. All right, so then we get Shaquille O'Neal into the ambulance, right? And Tony Schiavone tried to get in there to see if maybe have some word with someone to attend to him. And all of a sudden, Shaquille O'Neal was gone. They lowered him into the ambulance, and all of a sudden he was gone. Well, here's the thing. They put in the others, and then the door shut. And then they cut away. And also they went back there to see Tony Schiavone there to try to get a word. They opened it up, and he's gone. Like, what the fuck is this? I did not understand that at all. Folks, I don't know what to tell you. I just don't know what to tell you. I'm just gonna move on. I thought that was stupid. Pac and Ray Phoenix, Death Triangle, two third members of Death Triangle. Excuse me. They defeated John Scholar and D3. Not much to say about that, folks. It was a squash tag team match. Chris Jericho and MJF's Revolution press conference was coming up, and we get to it. Also, you had their Wardlow, Santana, Ortiz were there too. For a reason, there's no Jake Hager. I don't know what happened with him. Maybe he's prepared for the next fight. Maybe I don't know. But basically this press conference, I like. What's the point of this? Really? I mean, you got guys like Conrad. Conrad Thompson from Grilling with JR, the podcast that he does with Grilling JR, Jim Ross. And then you have Eric Bischoff, who's there as well from the A3 weeks, I meant to say, podcast. Basically, the moderator was Dasha Gonzalez. I really didn't care about this press conference really, but then when the Young Bucks came out and basically cut their promos to Matt and basically the MJF and Jericho. Talk about how basically saying because what they did to their father, while people buck, they will never be the Young Bucks, and without the Young Bucks, they will never be in the AEW. And if it wasn't for AEW, Chris Jericho will be doing something in the PC, WWE's Performance Center, which is that's not called anymore, but I don't remember what it's called anymore. With the Capital Wrestling something, whatever. And then with Jim MJF, it's like if if it weren't for us, you somebody, if it weren't for AEW, whatever, that MJF will be a guest star on another Rosie O'Donnell show, something like that. Even though Rosie O'Donnell ain't around no more, we're seeing of her shows. I'm not saying that she's gone. I'm talking about her show's gone. But then again, it could still be around. But then again, I never heard about it anymore. So I digress. So then they ended by giving a super kicks party to Jericho and MJF, and then also in the fight broke out with the rest of the Inner Circle. Brandon Cutler comes in there, make it even, and basically they took out Santana and Ortiz. Matt Jackson from off the stage threw a table to Santana, and to Ortiz. Nick Jackson off the stage. I mean, off the thing that's part of the tunnel, the tunnel thing, onto Ortiz. I don't remember what happened to Wardlow. I remember he got in a battle with maybe he got taken out by the super kick party as well by the Young Bucks too. I don't remember, but yeah, that's it. That's basically to build more heat and everything. I still don't care about this feud, folks, because while you got MJF and Jericho, getting this tag team title match with the Young Bucks, we could be having Young Bucks versus Santana Ortiz for Revolution, or Young Bucks versus FTR at Revolutions. But instead, we're getting Jericho and MJF, a tag team that's not even a real tag team. It was just a tag team that put together because they're part of Inner Circle. Tully Blanchard and FTR, speaking of which, by the way, Cash Wheeler and Dax Harwood, they've been accompanied by the legendary former Four Horsemen manager, J.J. Dillon. Yes, I loved it. I love that he was out there, man. That was awesome. I did not expect J.J. Dillon to be there on AEW television, which, by the way, he has not been on TNT for the last 18 years, I should say. Unbelievable. Actually, 20 years. Yeah, 20. That close to 20 years. My point is, that's how long, because he was part of WCW. I remember his role. He was called the executive committee. Hard for me to say. Easy for me to say. I'm going to say. Anyways, but it was great. I was happy to see him there. So yeah, FTR and Tully Blanchard, they go up against Jurassic Express, Jungle Boy, Luchasaurus, and Marco, who stunted his growth. So this is Tully Blanchard's in-ring return into the ring. We haven't seen him wrestle since, well, some people would say since 2005, but not since somewhere around the 1990s, maybe. I don't know. Can't really recall, but Tully Blanchard, man, even though he hasn't been wrestling for that long anymore, he still looks good, and he can still move pretty good as well. And he built Marco Stunt. Yes. But Marco Stunt did go one upper hand on him because because of the whole thing with what Luchasaurus did. But nevertheless, Marco Stunt got his ass handed by an old man and Tully Blanchard. So I'm glad that Marco Stunt didn't do too much onto Tully Blanchard. It was just one thing that he did, which I was fine with, by the way. But the rest of it, all six parties did great here. Even J.J. Dillon, his shoe was a factor into this match. So that happened. I was enjoying this match too. By the way, this match was pretty good. And all of a sudden, we get a mystery man, in a hoodie, and he's wearing a hoodie. And JR, Tony Schiavone, or Excalibur, one of the guys says, it's one of the cameramans. Maybe something about they accidentally hit someone, whatever, it's like that, or but something like that. Like, no, I don't think that's what it is at all. And then it turned out I was right and they were wrong. And I'm like, who could that be? So basically, obviously in the end, it was FTR and Tully Blanchard won. They won with the triple spike power driver onto Luchasaurus, by the way. And they protected Luchasaurus. That's what they did to protect them. So the Masked Man revealed himself. The hoodie man meant to say revealed himself, and it was Shawn Spears, the return of Shawn Spears, and he dyed his mohawk to blonde now. And like, holy shit! Now we've been talking about this before a while back. That Shawn Spears and FTR are going to be paired up together because they're being managed by Tully Blanchard. And I'm wondering what's taking them so long to pull the trigger on that. Finally, they decided to do it. And they all got in the ring. They all celebrating. Arn Anderson comes out from the entrance tunnel, and he pulls up the Four Horsemen, symbol, saluting to the Four Horsemen. Basically, which is to Tully Blanchard and J.J. Dillon. Like, I don't know what it's like a lead to anything, but maybe it's just one of those things that they're good friends and all that. At the end of the day, it's all about that connection, that a bond that can never be broken. Unfortunately, you can't set up with Ric Flair because Ric Flair had talked about something about losing the long lost relationships with Arn Anderson, Tully Blanchard, and I remember it was from JJ Dillon as well, but the two guys though. But that's something that Ric Flair said from his podcast. I think that's what he said. But either way, that's not here. Anyways, so then we got Tony Schiavone coming giving the interview. As he welcomes the former Big Show, Paul White, to AEW. And Paul White comes out. He's got a t-shirt that says, "No more BS." It can mean anything. No more bullshit. No more bullshit. Drinking Jaws, by the way, if anyone got that reference. Yeah, I know where that episode is from. No more Big Show. Maybe. I don't know. It could be anything. But Big Show, Paul White, excuse me. Yeah, again, it's gonna take a while to get used to calling him Paul White now, because Big Show is actually a WWE name. So Paul White said how happy he is to be in AEW, and he mentions that the all-new show, AEW Dark Elevation, will be debuting on AEW's YouTube channel, on AEW, meant to say. Monday, March 15th, where it'll be him and Tony Schiavone commentating, and say something about starting out on TNT, and now getting the chance to be back to TNT is a privilege. And just so you know that I am, this is Big Show saying this, probably. I'm just quoting it. I'm taking this announcing job seriously. I have a scoop for you, Tony. I have the biggest scoop ever. This Sunday at Revolution, AEW is going to hire and put in contract a Hall of Fame worthy talent. A huge asset, and it's not who you think. Tune in Sunday to find out who it is. AEW next major signing. They show. I mean, again, so no BS in this one, folks. No BS from Paul White here, because we're going to get some big surprise of who's going to be showing up on AEW Revolution this coming Sunday, and I cannot wait. I don't want to guess. I want to know who it is. I want to be surprised to see who it is. So, all right, folks. Now we get to the AEW Women's World Title Illuminator Tournament Finals between the Native Beast Nyla Rose from the United States bracket side of it versus Ryu Mi Tsunami from the Japan bracket side. Oh, by the way, Vicky Guerrero is there now. And I said to myself, okay, so now Vicky Guerrero decides to show up. Where was she before? When Nyla Rose was in the first round, the quarterfinals, and in the semifinals, and now also she shows up in the finals. Like, what the hell has she been this whole time? So when I saw Vicky Guerrero there, I was worried that Nyla Rose was going to win. In fact, even without Vicky Guerrero there, I was still nervous that Nyla Rose was going to win. So, as far as the match was, it was good. I expect this match to be good either way. Nyla Rose held her own. Ryu Mi Tsunami also held her own pretty good as well. And then the finish came. About no involvement from Vicky Guerrero, by the way. Vicky Guerrero basically was being a good sport there and not doing anything. And I'm like, this, it's kind of odd there. When she's there, she always gets involved. She didn't get involved at all, which I thought was weird. But yeah, so yeah, the finish, like I said, Ryu Mi Tsunami hits the guillotine leg drop from the top rope and beat Nyla Rose. Like, oh, I was like, oh wow, okay. I was happy. All right, good. That means we're not getting that. That means we're not getting that rematch from Nyla Rose and Hikaru Shiela. Because how many times they did that match? I'm like, all right, this is good, awesome. Finally, a new fresh match here because Ryu Mi Tsunami, who's been active with AEW since 2019, who unfortunately couldn't do much in 2020 because the pandemic, obviously. She was over in Japan. So Ryu Mi Tsunami versus Hikaru Shiela will be a fresh match for AEW at Revolution for the AEW Women's World Title match. Speaking of which, Hikaru Shiela presents to the trophy, by the way. Because you don't just win the tournament for nothing. You win a trophy. Which, by the way, that reminds me, where's Kenny Omega's trophy? Remember Kenny Omega won that tournament too from Full Gear against the Hangman Adam Page. Now, obviously, it was for a shot for the world title too. But if Ryu Mi Tsunami is getting a trophy, where's Kenny Omega's trophy? I don't remember Kenny Omega win a trophy at Full Gear when he won the tournament to face Jon Moxley. Where's his trophy? Whatever. But yeah, Hikaru Shiela presents the trophy to her and everything. Congratulations her. Also, Ryu, gives her a surprise forearm shot, and Ryu says, hit me back. And they start hitting each other with forearms and everything. Hikaru Shiela got the better of it, and he shows her the belt and everything, and that was it. So yeah, there you go. That was a good build up there. A quick build up, I should say, where it pertains to the Sheila's challenger, Ryu, for the AEW Women's World Title, which I'm like, great, I love it. I want to see that. That's the match I want to see it anyways. So I'm excited. So there you go. Tony Schiavone, he interviews the Icon, Sting, because winter has come. So Oh yeah. So Tony Schiavone said to Sting that he knows for many years and never see him look better than ever. You presented from the street fight to Team Taz and everything for Sunday, and all of a sudden actually no, that didn't happen yet. Sting starts talking. So he says, "I feel like I'm ready for the street fight," and all of a sudden that's when Ricky starts to come out there and interrupt. And he says, "He's such a Sting." He says, "Last week you tore this ring up, and man enough to admit that I saw something." Ricky starts saying this that we haven't seen in a long time from you, and that's the fire. And Sting, you still got it, but I stand before you to say to you that you still ain't no icon. So, as he said that, Sting slaps him, and Sting and Stark starts fighting, but Sting got the better of it though. Puts in a Scorpion Deathlock. Also, Powerhouse Hobbs comes out for a reason. Powerhouse Hobbs, while running, look at he made a trip. Look at he made a trip from the background when he's trying to get into the ring, whatever, because he's come from the sections. And also he starts he's trying to pull out Ricky Starks out of the ring, and I see myself, is he all right? Like I hope he didn't pull any muscles or anything, but is he all right? Because he didn't get in the ring, because Hook got in the ring, and he got onto Sting and everything, and Sting took him out, and Brian Cage came out to try to powerbomb him again, but Darby Allin comes out for the save and clocks him with the skateboard, and shotgun dropkick as well. And then Team Taz retreats, and then also I see Will Hobbs moving pretty well, and like, okay, that was weird. Why couldn't you just get in the ring? And I don't know. I just don't know. It was weird. That whole thing was just weird. But that was it, folks. That was the final build-ups for Revolution until we get to that street fight. All right, folks. Then we get to the face of the Revolution ladder match qualifier between the Dark Warriors 10, who is being accompanied by Negative Uno. I mean, well, he is Uno means one, so, but Negative 1 versus the Platinum Max Caster of the Acclaim. And yes, Scorpio Sky, who's part of the match, by the way, he was on commentary for this match. So, Max Caster, I think he said something about 10 as he's rapping. I don't have much memory about that, but anyways, when the match happens, match itself was pretty decent. Back and forth, and at one point, I think at the I'm trying to remember if this happened. Well, actually, no, I was thinking about Dark. But then again, I don't know if he did Eddie Bowens. I don't know if he also got involved in this match too. But I know who did get involved, as the referee had his back turned. Jack Evans of TH2. And basically, I'm trying to remember what happened. Oh yeah, the boombox got involved. So I guess actually Bowens did try to get involved, but then also but I guess I don't remember seeing that part. But I remember seeing the part where Jack Evans though get involved. The boombox hitting 10 with it. And in the end, yeah, Max Castro. I expected Max Castro to win either way. I didn't expect him to lose because Max Castro is a young guy, and they're pushing him right now. So it wasn't surprising at all that he was going to win in advance. So yeah, he won, and he got, and because Jack Evans got involved, Matt Hardy paid him money. And I said something, hey, Matt Hardy, don't give him too much money, because remember, if you lose that match on Sunday, you're gonna lose all your money of 2021 to the Hangman on the page. Because they're calling this match the big money match, because it's all about winning money. Basically, it's about who could win the money out of the Hangman on the page, or who can win money out of Matt Hardy's or should I say big money match, I should say. But there you go, folks. Miro was being interviewed about his match. He's going to be involved with Kip Sabian versus Orange Cassidy and Chuck Taylor. And he says it's going to be game over. Nothing to say. Because I don't care about the match either. But you'll find out what matches I don't care for my predictions when I do it. So the main event, the Hangman Ellen Page and Dark Order's John Silver versus Big Money Matt and Mark Quinn of Private Party. Match happens, decent match. It showed John Silver a lot in this match, which is all what he did. All parties in this match did fantastic either way. In the end, it was can't remember how it happened. Oh, okay, remember. I thought it was like the whole thing with the heels won because attacking them with a microphone. But actually, the Hangman and Page got the win over on Mark Quinn, by the way. Matt Hardy did not want help. He didn't want to get in there to stop it. He just let it happen. And then after them, so basically, the Hangman and Page and John Silver won the match. And then after the match, Matt Hardy gets the microphone and attacks both of them with a microphone. So yeah, that's what I thought. So I remember they won the match because of that. But then my memory came back about the whole thing. Yeah, Matt Hardy did not want to stop the count to stop to save his partner from them losing. Whatever. But yeah, but Matt Hardy attacking both guys just led to the Dark Order came out. Stu Grayson and Evil Uno. It was just those two. And then you got the rest, and you got some other tactics coming out. Which by the way, it's gonna be for the Casino Battle Royal tag team match. And then basically those you basically the heel tag teams coming out to beat them up, and then the faces tag teams coming out for the save as well. And then they save Ray Phoenix and Pac for the last two because they're gonna be part of this Battle Royal too. And basically it was basically all chaos. It was nothing but chaos to end the show. And like holy shit, I loved it. That was the part I loved of the show. I mean those is what I love too, by the way. But the ending was awesome. What a way to end the show. That's basically what I'm saying. And there you go, folks. That concludes the Go Home Show edition for AEW Revolution. We're to the show AEW Dynamite, The Crossroads. Six. Just counting how many matches right here. We're talking about wrestling for this edition of AEW Dynamite, The Crossroads. And my overall rating for the show, 9 out of 10. Great Go Home Show edition. Just minus the booking that they did for the Shaquille O'Neal and Jade Cargill versus Cody Rhodes and Red Velvet match. Still, either way, great show either way. And also the disappearance of Shaquille O'Neal, because apparently he's got magic powers and he can disappear. Like he's Kazam. Because remember, for those who don't know, Shaquille O'Neal played the movie Kazam, where he is the genie. I am Kazam. All he was missing was his boombox. I like to see how they explain that, by the way. How he disappeared. I don't know why they did that. Anyways, but yeah, there you go, folks. That will conclude your AEW Dynamite results for this edition for AEW Dynamite, The Crossroads from March 3rd, 2021. This Go Home Show edition for AEW Revolution 2021.
And that will do it for this All Elite Wrestling reviews for AEW Dark and Dynamite results. So hopefully you all get a chance to watch AEW Revolution 2021 live on pay-per-view. So no plugging of anything other than for you to thank you all for watching, and you all stay well, stay safe, take care of yourself, everything that's going on in the world. Wear your mask before you wear your gloves of any kind. Make sure you hand sanitize your hands to prevent any drugs of any kind pertains to the situation that we're in right now. And yeah, you'll make sure to love one another. God bless one another. Live in peace and harmony for us all. Be respectful and be better to others. And as that being said, I am out here. Ta-ta for now for It's the Natural Born Thriller saying peace on the streets. Take care.